Welcome to TMZ Live. Really sad, tragic news. Hayden Panettiere, you may have heard this already, 36 years old, died yesterday. And it appears that this may well have been a drug overdose.
Yeah, that there was certainly some drug use going on in the Greenville, South Carolina apartment where she was found. The call to 911, it was initially for a woman suffering with cardiac arrest, but once officials got there...
And even on the dispatch call, they said it may have been an overdose.
Yes, first responders said that may have been an overdose, that they'd started CPR efforts, but they were not able to revive her. But there's something interesting about the response to this, though, because there were 2 ambulances sent there.
2 ambulances and ultimately a coroner's van. Now, the 2 ambulances are interesting because they wheeled stretchers in from each ambulance, but when they came out, there was nobody on that either of those stretchers. The ambulances left, the coroner's van came, but because there were 2 ambulances, it would seem that there were 2 people in distress.
Right. And as for who that second person is, we don't know at this point, but we do know that that Hayden had traveled to South Carolina with her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Brian Hickerson,
on Saturday.
So they had just gotten to South Carolina, and somebody walked in. It may well have been Brian's brother, walked in and then saw the scene, and somebody called 911.
And our understanding is that Brian and his brother were both staying at this apartment, which would make sense as to why Hayden was there, knowing that she had arrived in South Carolina just the day before. Another really interesting thing that we've learned is Narcan was on the scene, which is used to reverse the effects of a potential opioid overdose. Now, exactly who that might have been used on, it's kind of unclear, but we do know that obviously when paramedics arrived at the scene, they were doing everything they could to
resuscitate
her, which of course was unsuccessul.
So we don't know who the second person is. I mean, you can kind of connect the dots. We've been trying to reach Brian, have been unable to. Police are saying there's no evidence of foul play.
There was no signs of trauma on her body. So it doesn't seem like something in that regard happened. But of course, we're trying to get to the bottom of it. And Hayden had been really open about a lot of her struggles over the years, talking in her book, which came out this year, her memoir, talking about how she did have an addiction and an unhealthy relationship with opioids. She complained about back pain somewhat recently. We had some photos of her where she was using, oh my gosh, what are those called?
Crutches.
Using crutches because of her back. And when I spoke to Brian just about 3 months ago in regards to her memoir and her reflecting very negatively on their relationship, which is understandable because their relationship was extremely toxic.
Abuse, and he went to jail.
He was arrested for domestic violence, and he kind of spoke on where their relationship stood at that time, which again was just 3 months ago. And he said,
I think we have a clip of this.
There you go.
Hayden Panettiere is the sweetest thing in the world. It's not about who you spend Saturday night with. It's who you spend all day Sunday with. And Hayden Panettiere is a Sunday girl.
Do you think it's better for her to not be with you?
I think that Hayden is one of the most talented people I've ever met in my life, and I would be an idiot not to walk away from her and let her flourish in her career. So we probably wouldn't be good together.
And the fact that he said that, but they look.
And yet they were together.
They were together, and he said she's a Sunday girl. She died on Sunday.
Right.
So look, she has had real struggles with substance abuse. She's been to rehab, and she had a child with Vladimir Klitschko, the boxer. and he is now in Ukraine, which is his home country. And they had a pretty bitter custody fight, and she ended up walking away and giving up the child because
She said in the book that she felt like that was the best decision for the child's life.
But she also spoke negatively in the book, saying that she felt like she was really cornered by Vlad because when she went to Ukraine, she claimed that he put her in a situation where he had a bunch of people around him and almost in a way scared her into signing the rights away for Kaia, who is now 11 years old.
On the other side of it is she had a chaotic life.
Yeah.
And she had a chaotic life with her parents. I think her parents had their own issues.
Leslie, her mother, spoke recently saying they had no relationship currently.
The thing you have to remember about Hayden, she's been acting since before she could walk.
Right.
Yeah.
So she is, when you talk about celebrities who
It's
grow up
surprising that
child
she's
stars.
30, it's surprising she was only 36.
Right, and you talk about child stars and all the troubles that they go through and the struggles. I mean, she's
It's weird timing
this
too, because
from-
she was just doing this entire book tour for her memoir, and recently was like, "I have so much more life to live." Talking about all the opportunities she's excited to get back into.
I finally feel like I have shaken off all of this darkness and this negativity, and that means that I've closed one door and another door is opened, and I can feel it open, and I can feel all the possibility, all the possibilities, all the exciting possibilities. I feel like I have a lot more life to live.
Listen, if it's true, and I mean, it's kind of pointing to addiction.
there was some,
The fact that there was
was drug
Narcan
use
there,
going on
that there was a phone call about a drug overdose.
It doesn't seem on purpose.
And there was apparently a second person involved in this, at least you would think, that it's got the markers of it, and it's one of those things. She struggled hard, and she struggled in rehab. She struggled afterward, and it's one of those things that is just can grip you and pull you back down. And
even when, earlier this year, when she was doing the tour for the book, and you hear her talking about she turned a corner and she felt like she had a lot more life to live. That's all. It just seems like, and we've just unfortunately seen this.
Well,
you know where we
do you know where we saw it? Do you know where we saw this? The exact same thing
Where
with the
they
book
feel-
saying that we feel like
feel better.
It's Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Her
his
birthday
book.
was this week as well.
Supposed to be
Right.
on
She would have
Friday.
been 37 this week.
Our chat is really curious. They want to know, even though police are saying no foul play was detected, since the boyfriend has had previous arrests, do you know, are they looking into him as a potential?
I
do you
mean,
know?
they've said, by the way, her autopsy has been completed already, and at this point, they don't have a cause of death, but they've said they did not see any signs of trauma
Or foul
that
play.
would make them think there was foul play.
And they specifically said no sign of foul play. So, no.
That rules that out.
Hey, it's Cookie checking in again from Dallas. As far as the foul play comment, being attached to anybody that triggers certain emotions with you, that's foul in and of itself. I watched the interview he did with you guys. He didn't seem all there. And this feels like a very lather, rinse, repeat situation with our child stars. The minute you start getting vulnerable about your addiction, your loss, tragedies, you can see on the Jay Shetty podcast, she's very emotional. That's the time you need the most support, the right support. And her being around him, whether he did anything wrong or not, simply was not it for her. This is a huge tragedy. It's a loss for us millennials, but I hate this. But I'm so glad she got her story out. But somebody absolutely needs to have a conversation with that man.
Yeah, and look, we don't know what happened, with that relationship. And yeah, what
Was
you
it
said
a
is-
toxic relationship? Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, what you say is possible, but that doesn't mean that the cure to all of this would have been to stay away from Brian, because Hayden independently had a real fight during her entire adult life with substance abuse. So whether Brian was in her life or not, it may have exacerbated it.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But it's not like that would have been sort of the magic bullet.
Yeah.
Coming up.
We have learned something about Cindy Crawford and
Randy Gerber.
Randy Gerber and their daughter, Kaia Gerber,
Who you would think has the perfect life. She is beautiful, talented.
has a cool boyfriend and apparently allegedly, some people thought had a relationship with Satan.
Be right back.
I don't even know where to start with this.
This
but
is unbelievable.
We have learned something about Cindy Crawford and
Randy Gerber.
Randy Gerber and their daughter Kaia Gerber,
who you would think has the perfect life. She is beautiful, talented, has a cool boyfriend.
Has a cool boyfriend, and apparently, allegedly, some people thought had a relationship with Satan at some point. Yeah, this is Kaia herself said this.
And possession is 9/10 of the law.
Is
that what they mean?
That she underwent an exorcism.
Seriously, what underwent an exorcism?
This is how she explained it on the Mitch Cherry Chat Show.
I was told I was possessed as a child. I was haunted my whole life.
The for real thing with the other.
I do feel as though I attract.
Oh yeah.
I attract beings from the other dimension in a very casual and chill way.
They're actually whispering to her right now.
Did you have an exorcism?
I actually did.
You did not.
Wait, show them how you can turn your head over.
Wait, this is actually perfect for you. Do you know how they did the exorcism? They played a didgeridoo all over me. That's how they did the exorcism.
Okay, Kaia Gerber. Okay, that's a wrap. That's. So, look at me.
Yes,
and did that actually happen?
That actually did happen. I've never talked about it, but that actually did happen. But
you were scammed.
Oh my God! I just want to keep hearing.
I have so many questions.
It's like unbelievable. So, but she also said that it was kind of like a good possession. That she said it's very chill. So it wasn't like Linda Blair.
Is that possible?
She wanted to take the satanic stink off of it.
Is there such thing as chill possession?
I've never heard it. But the idea that Cindy Crawford, Crawford and Randy Gerber would go to the lengths of an exorcism.
Can I just throw this out? Is it possible
she
that
was telling the truth?
I know. I believe that something happened, and as she put it, a didgeridoo was played all over her.
That doesn't sound
That doesn't
correct.
sound like an exorcism.
That sounds like maybe a spiritual cleanse.
There's got to be a priest present.
Well, look, it's
and the priest doesn't typically play a didgeridoo.
It's Malibu. And that may make a difference. It's a different kind of exorcism than you do in Kansas.
I am worried now. People are into like a heavy metal detox, a parasite cleanse. Is like exorcism going to be the new like diet?
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that I don't know that Kaia fully understands exorcism, what it means. Because I'm sorry, that doesn't sound like an exorcism. Well, you can say it's Malibu,
but this may be her parents.
Something was done.
Her parents believed she was possessed.
But she said they just followed her around.
In a chill way. So
in a chill way.
Maybe she was just trying to contact.
Cindy Crawford was married to Richard Gere for 10 years. And he was a Buddhist, very spiritual. I don't know whether that works for or against this with her.
I think against.
I don't know, dude. As soon as she said didgeridoo, I was out.
I'm out.
That's not an exorcism.
I'm not buying
That's like you had a fever dream in Australia or something.
Although I do think it's a little weird they did that and there was not a priest there when it was done. It doesn't seem to bother her that much that it happened. She has said, she does feel a little haunted and she carries stuff from other dimensions. So if they feel like it works at that moment, all the power to them.
I just thought of something. Think about all the things that people of Kaia's generation say they're traumatized by, yet she had an exorcism and she's like, it's
She was like, oh, it's okay.
It's whatever.
What she didn't say is, are the demons gone? Did it work?
I mean, they're chill. Seems like you wouldn't want them to be gone.
Well, whether you do or don't, they did a didgeridoo on her, so you would think the point is to get rid of them.
Did a didgeridoo on her is like no, I don't. One of my favorite sayings, to the victor go the spoils. And,
what?
Yeah.
Carl, do you think this is a Knicks thing?
It's 1,000% a Knicks thing. Carl Anthony Towns. Superstar from the New York Knicks, who just won the NBA championship. He and his fiancée, Jordan Woods, tied the knot this weekend in Malibu.
What Charles is saying is, had the Knicks lost, she wouldn't have married him.
No, she would have married him, but I think the guest list might have looked a little different. But people want to be next to a champion. So when they got married in Malibu, there were a lot of people there who are big-time Knicks fans, such as
Timothy Chalamet
was there. He and Kylie Jenner.
Ben Stiller was there.
Ben Stiller was there.
Harvey,
How about
look
that?
at him go.
Exactly.
Any others you know?
And there was another big Knicks fan there.
Well, hold on. Kylie Jenner qualifies because she was at some of the finals.
She doesn't qualify.
We'll get to
Bandwagon.
the Kylie being there. Actually, you could say that the Knicks sort of helped bring that relationship back together. Because remember, Kylie and Jordan, Kylie and Jordan had fallen out for a while, but then
they were
Kylie's
already
with Timmy.
friends again.
Timmy's a huge Knicks fan.
Yeah, they were already friends.
And
but,
stop trying to bring your Knicks in as if they were just the gods of everything.
I'm just
please.
saying. But there were a bunch of other celebrities there too. This was a big deal. It was in Malibu. Yeah. Can you go back to the picture of them? I got
it. Oh, Gayle King was there?
Of course, Gayle. Of course, Gayle King was there. Okay, can I just say,
Haley and Justin?
Haley and Justin were there.
Haley's a Knicks fan.
Okay, she looks beautiful. He looks great. All in all, I get it. But why they do it in front of a brick wall?
Dude, Harvey, are you joking?
I'm actually.
We don't even know what part of the this just could be like the first talk.
I mean,
that doesn't mean that this is where they exchange the vows.
I'm not trying to be a wedding planner.
They definitely didn't exchange the vows there.
Yeah,
you know, like at weddings when
photos.
he doesn't go
I thought they were taking.
No, that wasn't them exchanging vows.
Nowadays when
what are they doing? They're parking the car.
It's called the first look. It's the first look.
Why would you? Is saying this is exactly why Taylor Swift kept her wedding a secret, because now we're seeing every photo of every part of their whole wedding.
Yeah, Chad, come on, you guys gotta come harder.
So what? I mean, that's a good thing.
But like Nick and Olandria
but then you're making fun of it. You're literally we got the picture.
I'm not making fun.
Hold on, we're gonna get to Love Island. I'm gonna get back on Harvey because Harvey, he's damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
The wedding was
They don't
ruined.
show it, and then they're like, oh, why are they so private? Then they're not private, and you're like, why would they do it there? So it's like, what do you want?
No, look at that. It's beautiful.
Yes, now it's beautiful. But just 2 seconds ago, you were like, why would they do this?
Why would they stand next to a brick wall? How dare they?
You're walking down a driveway. I was right.
It's not a driveway.
Go back to the shot.
He's checking his phone.
Go back to the video. It is not a driveway.
Go back to the video.
It's not a
Where
driveway.
is the officiant?
They're walking down a driveway.
That's not a driveway.
It's a driveway.
That's an aisle,
driveway.
Harvey.
It's a white satined
Aisle in the
with
middle
flowers.
of a garden. What's wrong with you?
Anyways, the hottest guests at this wedding were actually couples from Love Island. We had Nick and Alandria
now, what's the connection?
there.
Why are the Love Island people
Leah and Miguel. Leah
Leah's
lives
friends.
in Calabasas, where Jordan lives. So she's friends with Leah, and we've seen them at dinners together. Nick and Olandria are just the hottest Love Island couple, and people love Love Island. So
but they're broken up.
Yeah.
They're broken up.
Yeah, but who was going to miss this wedding? Because who was going to miss this wedding?
Did the two of them go together?
Yes.
That's how thirsty they are. They probably hate each other. They probably hate each other.
Why would they not go?
We don't want to miss this wedding.
We didn't get invited.
You do know that people break up amicably, right?
Yeah, sure, that's what happened. They break up amicably, and then they decide to go to a wedding.
You're
Give me a break.
So TMZ, it's Matt in Florida. I'm a diehard Knicks fan, so I'm very happy for Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know when Jordan Woods and Kylie reconciled, but I will say I just remembered as I was waiting to speak on this. I spoke on the topic regarding Kylie at the Knicks ECF last year against the Pacers, and I said on TV, I said Kylie has to keep going because they were undefeated when Kylie was at the Garden, and then that didn't end well regardless.
Yeah.
But no, I want to know why Taylor Swift was allowed to get Madison Square Garden, but not Karl Anthony Towns, because
no, they didn't say that they
didn't ask for it. Right. They didn't ask for it. I think they wanted him out.
Who asks for that?
Nobody asks for that
come
except
on.
for Travis and
Get married
Taylor.
in a driveway in Malibu. It's fine.
Yeah, it was a beautiful wedding. And by the way, what they should have given out as gifts, they should have given out the handbags that the orange purses
that Jordan did.
Yeah, because they're all good luck for the Knicks.
That's a great idea.
That's what they should have given out to everybody.
That's a good idea.
Spread the good luck. Knicks in 5, or maybe 4.
Coming up.
One thing you can definitely say for President Trump, when he gets it in his mind that something has happened the way he thinks it happened,
it doesn't change.
Doesn't matter what evidence is presented in front of him. The thing that he's harping on is the reflecting pool and the vandalism that he claims was done to that reflecting pool. He thinks he's found more evidence.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
Donnell Rawlings took TMZ DC on a city tour.
You know what the irony of this is? A black man takes a white person to the White House.
It's TMZ.
One thing you can definitely say for President Trump, when he gets it in his mind that something has happened the way he thinks it happened,
it doesn't change.
Doesn't matter what evidence is presented in front of him. moving on from the election, at least for this segment. And instead, the thing that he's harping on is the reflecting pool and the vandalism that he claims was done to that reflecting pool. He thinks he's found more evidence. He said, look what vandals did to the grass connecting the vandalized World War II monument and the vandalized reflecting pool, which will be opened again and better than ever shortly. Anybody who thinks the reflecting pool wasn't vandalized should go back to law school.
He's talking to you, Jeanine Pirro, who
It
came to the White House with a box of evidence. Jeanine Pirro would carry Donald Trump's water wherever Donald Trump went, but this was a bridge too far, and she wouldn't do it. For Jeanine Pirro to sign off and say it wasn't vandalism, the real story is not that. The real story today, and again, forget your politics, the Attorney General should be independent of the president. Today, the new Attorney General, Todd Blanche, said, of course we are directed by the White House, but Donald Trump has never done anything that would be unethical or illegal, so I don't have to worry about it. I mean, is it not unethical when you have somebody is totally exonerated to drag them through the mud?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, but it's, we're
moving
through the looking glass at this point, right? We're not surprised by this. The fact he goes after Jeanine Pirro again a few weeks later is just, I can't imagine what must be going through her mind. How do you stay in the job when you've been humiliated by the president?
One thing that might be going through her mind is that evidence that he presented, that also wouldn't hold up, because the vandalizing of the National Mall, that's the Great American State Fair that he promoted on July 4th.
How about
That's
this?
why the lawn is trampled like that.
You hired a guy who didn't know how to do pools. And this was a reflecting pool, and he botched the job, and you rushed it because you wanted it done before the 250th. That's what happened. That's what everybody knows happened. Jeanine Pirro, for her to cross him and do this, case closed.
What did they say? Donald Trump is a man who believes on Wednesday what he believed on Monday, regardless of what he might have learned on Tuesday.
Right.
And that's the essence
I
of who he
mean,
is.
just think about it. Put yourself in David Hearn's shoes, the Olympian who was charged. Put yourself in this guy's shoes. He was prosecuted. He had to hire lawyers. His life was upended. He was the subject of scorn and ridicule. The U.S. attorney said, we blew it. We made a mistake. For her to say that after her press conference where she trashed him, isn't that enough?
But that's what the president wants. He wants someone, you're going to go down fighting with him, regardless of what the facts say. You just stick to the story no matter what.
And
that's the person he wants on his side.
But he kind of had her. So now the question is, what happens with the next one? What happens with the next one where Jeanine Pirro doesn't want to prosecute somebody that he once prosecuted, or Todd Blanche tells her to do it? What happens then?
I don't think she makes the same mistake again. I think she does whatever he wants to do, period.
Wow.
What's up, guys? It's Malik out of Washington, D.C., and it's water wet when it comes to this man, because this is another small issue and problem. Just last month, it was the pool damaging, which was somebody else's fault, not the Olympians' fault. This situation, once again, D.C., I live here. It gets very, very busy on these typical holidays, and a lot of people come out. So I'm starting to think the vandals are inside the White House, and just looking for something to have an issue with today. And to your point, you can learn something new this day, but still choose to pick what you think happened on Monday. And it's just exhausting. As a resident of this place, also, it's like there's so much other things in DC you can fix.
Did you know what his favorite musical group is, by the way? Did you know this?
The president's favorite?
The president's favorite musical group.
I don't know.
Martha Reeves and the Vandellas.
Coming up.
We are, through our TMZ DC crew, finding out all sorts of things about your elected officials that you did not know. But we missed this one.
Well, we've never seen Nancy Mace without like a long sleeve whatever.
Well, she's revealing there's a lot more going on. Once you do remove those sleeves, she is inked up.
Be right back.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. We are, through our TMZ DC crew, finding out all sorts of things about your elected officials that you did not know. But we missed this one.
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe because we didn't hit the gym or the beach with Nancy Mace.
Well, we've never seen Nancy Mace without like a long sleeve whatever.
Well, she's revealing there's a lot more going on. Once you do remove those sleeves, she is inked up.
Well, she's got sleeves.
She got sleeves, yeah. Just inked sleeves.
That's crazy.
This is all. There's a new promo for her YouTube show, Get Mace. Not sure about the title there, but anyway. And in this promo, you see all of her tats. And apparently, she talked about getting these. We hadn't seen them. I hadn't seen them before. But she talked about getting inked during an interview earlier this year and said that this was, she felt like she needed to feel this pain.
She went through a lot.
She was going through some,
yeah.
There were changes on her congressional staff, that she had gotten rid of a lot of people.
There were some personal things.
Yeah, and so this was sort of therapy through tattoos for her.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the YouTube show, she got like 33,000 subscribers on YouTube. You see most people who leave Congress, they go to cable news. I don't really see one that's gone and made a YouTube show.
YouTube is bigger than all of television.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely
YouTube
true.
is bigger than all of television.
And so she's...
Here's what I want to know. Here's what I want to know.
She's not going to be out of D.C. as of November.
Here's what I want to know. How many members of Congress, there are 535, how many members have tats? What would you guess?
Is it over under 20%?
I think it's over 100. I think it's over
100. Okay.
I think it's over 100.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's over 20%, definitely.
Yeah.
Really? You think so? I'm surprised at that. They're kind of stiff.
I was surprised at Nancy Mace.
No, so was I. They're kind of stiff, though, most of these people.
They are, but...
No, there are a lot of young people.
There are a lot of young people there, right.
There are younger people.
They should show this, by the way. I think this makes them relatable, makes them feel real.
It does, except that what do you want them to do? You want them to be presenting in a tank top
Well,
when they're
I mean, Nancy Mace. I said Nancy Grace.
Nancy Grace.
It's something different. She looked pretty good in the bikini there, I'll say.
Oh, so now you want members of Congress on the floor during a debate wearing
AOC,
bikinis?
No, but
wow, you guys are.
I actually like this. I want Charlie and Jacob, when they come back, to ask about this.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you want to know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Show us your
especially,
Do you have a tattoo?
especially, women who have long sleeves all the time, and guys wear, they have long sleeve shirts. Yeah. I want to know who's tatted up. Who do you think is tatted up the most?
Fetterman's got to have tats.
Fetterman's
totally.
right?
Fetterman's totally
got tats on his
Who's our military guy with the push-ups?
McCormick.
Yeah.
Rich McCormick.
He has some. You can see a military guy having.
I don't know. I could see him having tats. Who else? Elizabeth Warren.
No.
Kidding.
I'm Stephanie from Orange County, California. I can totally relate with Nancy Mace because after COVID, I went through a divorce, a spiritual journey, and I myself got 9 tattoos. So,
wow.
Really?
Yeah.
What does it do for when I've heard people say this that describe what is the therapy of getting a tattoo?
I think it's just representative of the fact that we evolve and we go through different eras and we're totally allowed to do that. And so we're celebrating that, I guess.
Yeah, but
what about the pain?
Well, not just the pain. What about
the part
the fact?
I care about.
What about the fact that you got an era now for life, and if you want to move on to a new era, it's still in your body.
I mean, that's accurate. I'm actually feeling that way right now. I'm like,
point. Right, it reminds
You're
you.
like You're like over the one you just showed, right?
absolutely over it.
I rest my case.
Anne Hathaway has an interesting idea to make a big change in Hollywood. And on its surface, I completely agree. But there's some evidence that says that might not work. What she's talking about is an automatic R rating for all movies where a dog dies. The dog lover in me says, great idea. Maybe not, but here's how she explains it.
I feel like movies that kill dogs should automatically be rated R. It doesn't matter if anybody curses, it doesn't matter if there's violence. If a dog dies, R rated.
That's it.
No.
And low-key a trigger warning, because like
somebody was like, can you just let the audiences know that like it's all gonna be okay? It's just like, we break rules in this movie. That might not be one of them. Don't worry.
yeah, no, I definitely saw the fans who are waiting to see this film. They're like, they better not kill the dog, and I was like, I guess people will have to wait and see and find out.
But yeah, I was like, what? Like, I think everybody's so traumatized by John Wick, because I've been seeing those too. Like, they better not kill the dog. I'm like, which movies are out there killing dogs that everybody is so scared that they're just casually doing it in movies now? You know?
Well, first of all, your movie, The Odyssey, they killed a dog.
Killed a dog, right?
But
that was.
I will say this. Okay, and it should be. So
and so is John Wick, by the way.
You may like it or not. But the reality is, because we've covered a lot of stories where people do things and they do bad things, they hurt a dog and everything changes. And people have an attachment, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people have attachments to dogs.
Right.
And,
I mean, you could just say it for pets in general, right?
Yeah. Well, I think dogs in particular.
Boy.
I think dogs
but
in particular.
But here's the problem. This is like some of the most classic movies
I know where this is going.
Of all time.
Like what?
Are children's movies
like
that
what?
mention.
And children, when they watch Old Yeller, are traumatized.
Think of how stupid it would be
Right,
if
for
Marley and Me was rated R.
Exactly.
Think of how stupid.
What happens in Marley and Me?
Spoiler alert.
Why'd you do that?
Oh, no. Past the 5-year
But yeah, it just doesn't work across the board. It just doesn't.
She's making a point that I think resonates with a lot of people.
And I think that the MPAA would say that's what PG-13 is for.
It has nothing to do with rating.
Because would somebody quickly look up what was
Old Yeller?
Old Yeller.
It was G, I'm sure.
Was it G?
It was a Disney movie.
That's an outrage.
But also back
it was
in the
probably
day,
before there were ratings,
right? It was
back-
G. That's an
It came
outrage.
out in 1957.
Yeah,
They
back
didn't
in the
really
day-
rate movies back then.
Back in the day,
Well, if they
Hitchcock
didn't rate
movies were
movies, why is it
PG.
G? If they didn't
went
rate,
back
they
post.
gave it a G. Well, they went back post.
And they made it
shouldn't
a
have given-
G.
They should have made it
You think it should have been R?
Well, PG-13 split the difference.
At least
No.
PG-13.
What do you mean, no?
No, it's
traumatizing.
It does
It's
not
real
matter.
life.
Exactly.
Guess what?
You
At some
watch
point, the
movies
kids
where
are going to find
people's
out the
guts
dogs
go
do
flying.
die.
Let me tell you something.
Dogs die, man. Listen,
I had
dogs die.
trauma watching The Odyssey when he threw the puppy
He
over
dies
the cliff.
peacefully, the dog.
Peacefully, he threw a puppy
No,
over the
it
cliff.
survives, and then it waits until he comes back.
The second one survived. He threw one over the cliff.
You're
Can
right.
you guys stop ruining the Odyssey for everyone?
Coming up.
Scooter Braun and Sydney Sweeney were in Mallorca. They were on a boat, having clearly a great time. Scooter, who has had a phenomenal career, owning companies and managing and all that, he's more like Sydney Sweeney's boyfriend these days.
Be right back.
So, Scooter Braun and Sydney Sweeney were in Mallorca.
Good for them.
They left, but they were on a boat and having clearly a great time. I got some recon. You know whose boat that is?
Why do you say clearly a great time?
Well, look at her.
Nothing there says he's reading his phone.
And she's in his lap.
And she's just napping.
Okay. So you know where they are?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we already said where they are.
No.
Oh.
Which
Well,
yacht?
No. Oh, what yacht?
Yes.
My guess is it's Geffen's yacht?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. You win the prize.
Boom. And I didn't even know that, by the way.
They're on David Geffen's yacht. David Geffen, 84.
But I know that he, frequently hangs it with Geffen.
He's 84 years old, David Geffen, and he is
Kind of his mentor in the music.
He's
right?
totally, which is the interesting thing. That David Geffen is retired, and spends most of his time in the boat. Scooter is, who has had a phenomenal career, owning companies and managing and all that. He's more like Sydney Sweeney's boyfriend these days. And he's just kind of chilling. He's 45 years old.
Right, well.
So he's taken a page out of David Geffen's playbook, but he's half David Geffen's age.
Yeah, but I think Scooter might, take umbrage with he's retired or acting retired.
He's kind of acting
Not
retired.
Acting like he's not working like what
he's not working.
Sure, he's, making deals and still talking to people.
Well, what deals?
You're acting like he's just you know,
I'm telling you, he spends
Johnny Goodtime traveling around the world following Sydney Sweeney.
He kind of does.
Our chat thinks that is his next step. They're saying we see them together doing all this fun stuff, vacationing. They're out doing all this different stuff. Zip lining. When are they just going to make it official?
Oh, they may make it official, but he's always been this hard-charging guy, and he's like
smooth sailing.
Can I just ask
Maybe
one
he's
question?
less charging, but
all the things that it's summer. Like, don't people take vacations on summer break?
Hold on, but you don't take vacation all summer.
Yeah.
All summer.
No, people
She's
don't
gonna
take
take it
vacation
all summer, and then she'll work for the movies after.
No,
but
He can work anywhere. How do we know he's not working there?
He's a +1 now.
Yeah,
I think he. Oh my God.
No, he's
a
not.
+1.
He's not a +1.
I contend that I'm going to say that Scooter. I'm going to defend that the reason the phone is in his hand is he's working.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not working. Okay. Every weekend we put polls up on the website to find out how you feel about things that we posted last week. We did it this weekend. Here are the results.
Luigi Mangione, guilty plea. Justice or justice evaded?
Interesting. 70-30. Wow. Wow.
That makes sense.
Wow. Trump compromised reporters on the decoy plane. Yes, they had a right to know, or nope, danger comes with the job.
They're going to say yes. It's going to be close, though. I think it's going to be close.
I was going to say 60s.
That's the
way it falls.
That's the split. Clavicular shooting shot with AOC.
Did you know this? You were gone.
Yes. No, I remember this was here. Cool couple, or she's way out of his league. They got to go the second one, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Kind of figured. Okay. Courtney Clenny's manslaughter plea. Well, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Justice or justice evaded?
This one's going to be justice evaded.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
Because all they think is she's getting out in less than 2 years. Okay, Brad Pitt says he's drinking again. No big deal or bad idea, and he's a bad example.
I think that.
Ooh.
I think they're going to say that. Yeah, I had a feeling. Okay, last one. Lionel Richie shading Chris Brown and Usher, saying that he hasn't been to jail. True, Lionel hasn't been jailed, or that shady
old man?
It's got to be that.
What? Standing up for Lionel.
Yes. Lionel was wrong.
One for the old guys.
Usher's never been to jail. That's not true.
That's true. He hasn't.
That was a bad rap. That was a bad rap.
Coming up.
I want to say that we were right when we warned Ray J.
No, we weren't
about
right.
But
he won.
But he did win. We told him he shouldn't be doing this.
Okay, that looks.
He fought Orlando Brown.
Honestly, guys, this is
on the
just
Zeus Network.
Gnarly.
Be right back.
This is a slow-moving fight.
I think I want to say that we were right when we warned Ray J.
No, we weren't
about
right.
But
he won.
But he did win. We told him he shouldn't be doing this.
Okay, that looks.
He fought Orlando Brown.
Honestly, guys, this is
on the
just
Zeus Network.
Gnarly.
And there were a lot of punches thrown, but not very many landed. And even the ones that did land, debatable how effective they were. But Ray J did end up winning the fight.
Was it by decision?
I don't know. How did he win?
Yeah, it was by judge's decision.
By the boxer's decision.
What a
Like,
job by the judges to decide who should deserve to win this fight. But this,
what is Orlando Brown doing?
They didn't exactly look in fighting shape or very well trained, but I do know Ray J dropped to his knees at the end of this like he had just won the heavyweight championship of the world.
Well, he didn't get knocked out.
Yeah, that is a win. He didn't get knocked out. Unfortunately, after I saw him do an interview.
He is in much better shape than Orlando Brown.
No.
And remember, we were saying him when he was here, like, man, are you sure you're in shape? I mean, sorry, I don't want to knock Orlando Brown.
He said after the fight, he wants Jake Paul next. So.
Oh, God. Okay. Ray J, retire now. You can retire.
You got to win. You got to win under your
won.
belt. Walk away.
Leave it alone.
Hey, McLean, LA, California. Listen, I be thinking some things are past Ray J and beyond him, but he finds himself in these situations. I mean, you know, one thing you can bet on is Ray J, he's going to be entertaining regardless. Him fighting Orlando Brown kind of crazy, but salute to Ray J. It's entertaining.
He is entertaining.
Was he the entertaining part, or was Orlando Brown the entertaining part?
They were both.
It
takes two.
I've never seen more punches thrown.
I know, that don't land.
They did nothing.
What else do you guys want to talk about?
Hi, Alexa, Phoenix, and Hayden. I am so distraught over what's happened. I mean, the internet broke out in a frenzy yesterday after hearing her pass, and I'm in shock. I literally could not believe it, especially disheartening because she's like put on for postpartum women, people with substance abuse issues, things like that.
Yeah, no, it's a lot, as you said. One more.
My name is Jelani Lyon. I'm from Kingston, New York. The death of Hayden Panettiere combined with the news of a 911 call for a woman's facing cardiac arrest is absolutely insane, especially since it points to the possibility of an overdose, especially since knowing that Hayden's most recent interviews, she talks about being thankful that she overcame her darkest points in her life and that she had so much life to live. My thoughts and prayers are with her friends and family. R.I.P. Hayden.
You know, it's really interesting that, we cover a lot of deaths. And there are some that just really like affect people. You feel it. And part of it is that she's so young.
She's so young, right.
But boy, people feel this one.
And also, she's so young, and because as he said, most recently, she certainly gave the impression that things had changed.
Like Matthew Perry did.
Yep.
Coming up.
I want to say I get this, that Justin Trudeau is incredibly proud of his son having his first single, his first hit single out.
Kind of a hit.
In the Home Hardware on St. Laurent Street.
Be right back.
I want to say I get this, that Justin Trudeau is incredibly proud of his son having his first single, his first hit single out.
Kind of a hit.
His son Zav dropped the song, and Justin wanted to show how enthusiastic he is, but...
So they're at a hardware store.
He's with Katy Perry.
At a hardware store, and he's holding a plunger, and all of a sudden, Zav's song comes on the radio, and this is what happens.
In the Home Hardware on St. Laurent Street.
I mean,
Katie is the one who's shooting the video here.
I've rethought this. Well, she's dancing too, because the camera.
Yeah, and she's dancing
the camera
too.
will turn.
Watch. It starts. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see it right there.
Too.
I gotta say, I've changed my mind about this. When I first saw it, I was
Here
horrified.
we go.
No, but it's sweet. I mean, his son.
Listen, I totally understand that he's excited about his son. Why wouldn't he be? And Katy Perry's done.
Or was this a setup where they walked into the hardware store and said, okay, we're gonna hold a plunger and then we want you to put the song on? Was it a setup? Because if it was, it would be brilliant, right?
Wow. You can make a conspiracy theory about
out of anything.
Everything.
Anything.
Wow.
See you tomorrow.